Just over a parking space, a man smashed the other driver's windshield, unaware of the dangerous individual inside. The local mob boss, Sonny, personally took him out, even adding a few extra shots to be sure. He then handed the murder weapon to his man for disposal. As he turned back, he noticed a boy, Calogero, staring directly at him. The boy had witnessed everything. Though Sonny knew, he chose to let him go. Calogero was yanked back home by his father, Lorenzo. Moments later, the police arrived. There were many witnesses at the scene, but not a single one dared to identify the mob boss. His father didn't want his son involved, but Calogero declared, "Daddy, I know everything." Yet, Calogero's next choice would change his destiny. All the suspects were lined up for identification. When it came to the last man, the mob boss, Calogero hesitated. Sonny had always been his idol. After a moment of internal struggle, he ultimately kept silent, and Sonny walked free. In that instant, Sonny never forgot the boy. Calogero felt relieved that he wasn't a snitch, but his father said it was aiding and abetting evil. Only 9 years old, Calogero couldn't yet grasp it. He initially thought he had done the right thing, but now he felt wrong. His father told him, "That's for sure. Many things will become clear when you're older." From then on, Sonny would always greet Calogero, even offering to arrange a job for Lorenzo. It was Sonny's way of repaying Calogero's family. But the upright Lorenzo refused, content with his job as a bus driver and wanting no connection to these people. Calogero, however, felt differently. He was upset because his favorite player had lost the game. Sonny told him to sit down and asked, "That player's annual salary is 100 times your father's. If your father went to that player to borrow money, he wouldn't even acknowledge you. He doesn't care about you, so why should you care about him? Remember, nobody cares." Calogero asked why Sonny had shot the man over the parking spot. Sonny's answer echoed his father's. "You'll understand when you're older." Sonny's words instantly enlightened Calogero, and from that day on, he wasn't so fond of that player anymore. He would often sneak into Sonny's bar to work as a busboy, earning tips. Sonny was having a bad streak of luck, losing a lot of money. Seeing Calogero, he asked him to roll the dice. Unexpectedly, with Calogero's help, he won a considerable amount, and Calogero received a generous tip before leaving. In the mob, everyone had a nickname. From that day forward, Calogero had his own. Sonny said, "From now on, I'm calling you C." Calogero became Sonny's protege. People around him, having heard the news, changed their attitude towards Calogero. Previously, he would often rob a local vendor's vegetables with his friends. Now, however, the Old Man Initiative offered him a share, calling Calogero C and asking him to say hello to Sonny. When Calogero returned home, his parents were waiting up for him. His father held out a stack of cash, asking where it came from. Upon learning that his son was mixed up with a mob boss, Calogero's father exploded with anger. He dragged his son to the bar to confront Sonny. Lorenzo returned the money, telling him to stay away from his child. Sonny stated that he considered C like a son and that he would teach C to get an education and go to college. Lorenzo retorted, "Calogero is my son, and I will raise him myself. You stay away from him. I'm not afraid of you." A heated argument erupted, and they parted on bad terms. His father warned him to stay away from Sonny, but Calogero preferred working at the bar because Sonny seemed powerful, and everyone liked him, just like the people on the bus liked his dad. His father said, "No, it's not the same. It's easy to shoot and kill someone. The tough guys are the ones who work hard day and night to support their families. People don't love him. They're afraid of him." Calogero said he didn't understand. His father repeated, "You'll understand when you're older." However, Calogero didn't heed his father's words and continued to secretly meet with Sonny. 8 years passed in this way, and Calogero and his friends had their own small hangout. One day, he spotted a guy who owed him $20. The moment the guy saw him, he made excuses to slip away. Calogero was furious but felt helpless. His father was still the same, and Calogero still often sat behind him. This time, though, he was captivated by a girl. They exchanged glances, and there was a mutual attraction, the only unfortunate thing being that she was black, and they lived in an unfriendly time. After getting off the bus, Calogero saw the guy who owed him money again. He wanted to chase after him and teach him a lesson, but Sonny called him back. Sonny's 2 business associates wanted Calogero to beat him up badly, but Sonny told him to ignore them. He taught Calogero that sometimes violence doesn't solve problems. The $20 might be lost, but it was worth it because it helped remove that person from his life. There was no need to worry about such a small matter. Sonny taught Calogero a word, visible. He had stayed in this place for so many years so that his men could see him every day. As long as he was there, his men would feel safe and love him more, and his rivals would think twice before acting. Just then, a group of motorcyclists arrived, disturbing the entire street and interrupting Sonny's lunch. He took C back to the bar and found these guys arguing with the manager. The bar didn't serve their kind, but the bikers seemed polite, promising to leave as soon as they finished their drinks. Sonny generously told his men to serve them. But once they had their drinks, the group became rowdy, making a mess of the bar. Sonny gave them a chance, telling them to leave immediately, but unfortunately, they didn't take it. Sonny turned and locked the bar doors, telling them, "Now you can't leave. It's time to trap the dogs inside." That night, Calogero's friends were planning to get some weapons. Sonny happened to find out, stopped the deal, and pulled Calogero aside to warn him. He said, "Those friends of yours are scum. I've always told you to stay in school and get an education. My path isn't for you. I had no choice, but you should have a better one." Calogero said he understood, but his friends were about to cause big trouble. A few black youths merely rode their bikes past and were stopped and severely beaten. Calogero couldn't believe his friends would do such a thing. He stopped his friends, who were about to commit a terrible act, and save one of the boys. That day, he saw the girl he liked alone. He mustered the courage to go downstairs, hoping to walk her home. The girl tacitly agreed, and so Calogero escorted her to the edge of the black neighborhood, and they agreed to meet again the next day. When Sonny learned that Calogero had a girlfriend, he gave him some life advice. He said that a woman could either make your life smooth or cause you trouble, but it was best to test them. Sonny lent Calogero his car and told him that on his date the next day, he should park the car not far from their meeting place, get out, lock the doors, then have her sit in the passenger seat, and he should return to the driver's seat, watching to see if she would unlock the door for him from the inside. If she did, it meant she was considerate. Otherwise, she was a selfish person, and he needed to break up with her immediately because what he saw was just the tip of the iceberg. The next day, he arrived at their meeting spot and locked the car as Sonny had instructed. But the girl angrily questioned him about whether he and his friends had beaten up black people the other day. It turned out her brother was among them. Calogero explained that he was helping, but the girl's brother insisted that he was the one who had beaten him badly. Overcome with anger, Calogero called them niggers, and without even conducting the test, they broke up. A dejected Calogero returned to his neighborhood, only to be seen by his father returning Sonny's car. Sonny asked Calogero how things went, but Calogero wasn't even in the mood to answer. Back home, his father found him. He didn't want his son using the mob boss's car because that Sonny would one day hurt him. Lorenzo wanted Calogero to stay away from Sonny, not to waste his talent, and to work hard and honestly. Calogero countered that Sonny trusted him, and that laborers were fools who would never get ahead. From his grandfather to himself, his family had never even owned a car. He went downstairs and found the hangout trashed by black people. His friends were preparing to retaliate. Just then, Sonny came up and slapped him, demanding to know where he had taken the car. He had found explosives in the engine, and luckily, they hadn't detonated. He thought Calogero was trying to frame him under the guise of a date. Calogero was terrified and quickly explained, "I just drove to school and back. I swear to God, why would I frame you? You're like a father to me." In that moment, Calogero felt his father was right. Depressed, Calogero got into his friend's car, which was filled with Molotov cocktails. Calogero didn't want to participate and wanted to back out, but he was afraid of being called coward. His father's voice echoed in his mind, "Don't go down the wrong path. Don't waste your talent." At an intersection, Sonny opened the car door and pulled him out. After taking Calogero back to his neighborhood, Sonny's men told him that a black girl was looking for him. Only then did Sonny realize he had been wrong. The girl's brother explained the truth to her. Calogero had indeed saved his life that day. Calogero needed to take her back quickly because his friends might harm her brother. The girl got into the passenger seat. Calogero walked around the back of the car. He paused and glanced inside the car. Sure enough, the girl had unlocked the door for him. When he arrived at the black neighborhood, he found that it was all over. His foolish friends had been killed by their own Molotov cocktails. Calogero had been spared thanks to Sonny. He eagerly ran back to his neighborhood to thank Sonny. But in the crowded bar, he saw a man with a blank expression slowly approaching Sonny. Calogero shouted, but his voice was drowned out by the noise. Sonny's eyes were fixed on Calogero, completely unaware of the danger behind him. The man pressed a gun to the back of Sonny's head and fired. Sonny died instantly. The shooter was the son of the man Sonny had killed 8 years earlier over the parking space. At the funeral, Calogero noticed these people. Just as Sonny had said, no one truly cared about his death. They laughed and chatted as if no tragedy had occurred. Only after the funeral ended did he approach Sonny, telling him that the girl had passed the test and thanking him for saving his life. Just then, a man appeared behind him. It was the person involved in the parking space incident 8 years ago, Sonny's loyal brother and comrade. He would now be taking over. If Calogero ever needed anything, he could always come to him. Calogero had one question that still lingered. Even now, he didn't understand the reason for the bloodshed 8 years ago. The man didn't give an explanation. Lorenzo arrived as well. Although he didn't often associate with Sonny, he wanted to pay his respects. He knew Sonny had saved Calogero. He said, "I never hated you. I was just angry that you made Calogero grow up too fast. May God bless your soul." After Lorenzo left, Calogero realized something. Sonny was wrong. It wasn't that nobody cared. It was that those who feared you wouldn't care, but those who loved and respected you would remember you forever. Lorenzo, who had always refused to call Calogero, said for the first time, "See, let's go home." In that moment, he accepted the name Sonny had given his son. Growing up is about constantly updating your understanding until you find the right path. Calogero's two fathers represented family education and social education. Family teaches you principles of conduct, to have a clear conscience, while social education often comes more directly, teaching you the rules and experiences of survival. The former prevents you from getting lost, while the latter teaches you to see the essence of things. Both types of education are complementary and indispensable. And whether it's a poor dad or a rich dad, They both hope you walk the right path, receive an education, and care for your family. Alright, that's the end of today's story. If you have any thoughts on this film, please leave a comment below. And make sure you subscribe to catch more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in next one.